So by now, everybody who is famous and worth a damn has had their biopic in some sort of way, shape, or form, whether it's a movie or it's a TV series. But now we get to see the story, the man, the heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson. Hulu dropped 2 episodes of their series called Mike. So let's get ready to rumble all into this show. I'm hoping by now y'all have subscribed because I'm trying to tell you, your girl is about to have y'all in a chokehold with these recaps I got coming for you. I'm about to have some straight fire coming for y'all. So, season 1, episode 1 is titled Thief. And the very first opening scene of this series is the whole moment of Tyson and Holyfield, and we know how that fight went. But Mike is narrating this episode, and I love that. He's narrating, and he says, "No, fuck that. We're not even gonna start there. Let's go all the way back." And we see Mike Tyson on stage doing his one-man show. So that is the perspective that we are getting this story being told to not only the audience, but to us as viewers. So he starts off saying, "Hey, I grew up poor, not even poor, like dirt poor, fucked up poor." So Mike Tyson asks the question, "Who am I?" And he takes us on a trip down memory lane back to Brownsville, New York. Now, we've all heard that Mike Tyson had a really hard childhood growing up, and this show it depicts that very, very well. We see that Mike Tyson has a pretty fucked up life. He wakes up, go to school, he get his ass beat. He get to school, he get his ass beat. On the way home, he get his ass beat. And at home, I'm assuming he gets his ass beat. From about the age of 8, Mike Tyson is just treated like he's quite literally treated like a piece of shit. He's bullied, he's fat, and then the doctor tells his mother that basically he's retarded. And the certain lines that he said as he's narrating, it really hit hard. And he said that his mother saw all her hopes and dreams of his life go away, and she never quite looked at him the same after that doctor said that he was retarded. Mike does admit that he was a weird kid, and honestly, I don't see how he was that much of a weird kid. I mean, hey, he talked to himself, so what? He didn't have a lot of friends, obviously, but he was just a different kid. He was just different, but he got treated very, very, very badly by it seemed like everybody in his life. So all the bullying started to get to Mike, and he dropped out of school pretty much in the second grade. He would just go get his lunch and bounce and do that every single day. But he had a fondness of pigeons, which I feel like in every ghetto, every hood, every projects, they got the pigeon coop upstairs on the roof somewhere. So Mike Tyson, he took a very good liking to these birds. That was sort of his escape from his life at home, because his mama, his mother, the way he depicted his mother as he's telling the story. She's a good woman, but she has terrible taste in men. And as we see in the very first scene with his mama, she throws some soup on this man's head who has just got done whooping her ass, and that was pretty much his life at home. His mama would fight her dude, they'd have sex, and do the same thing all over again. So him getting away was his escape. That was his escape, getting to those birds. And the switch went off when one of his bullies very it was the scene was very graphic, but basically he ripped the bird's head off, and it was one of Mike's favorite birds. I believe his name was Georgie. And he told him, like, man, just put the bird down. Please, just put him down, please. But once he ripped that bird's head off and blood went everywhere, Mike took off on his ass. And that was the beginning of when Mike was like, I am done taking this shit. Done. And he beat that boy's ass. Now, I don't know who's behind the music on this show, but man, was I happy. I chuckled very hard while they playing X Gon' Give It To You while he is beating that boy up. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Like that is just perfect. That first fight kind of gave Mike a little bit of confidence in himself because he knew he wasn't scared no more. He was not scared no more to whoop nobody's ass. And he got roped up with some other little hoodlums in the neighborhood. They start stealing. I mean, they was stealing everything they could. Running up in taking people's purses, running up in people's houses. I mean, they was stealing whatever they could. And by 10, he was pretty much a professional at stealing. At that point, I honestly was happy for Mike. I was like, hey, he got to do what he got to do. Get your money. He felt like he had some power because every other part of his life was like he didn't have any power. He saw his mom struggle after the man took all their money. She had to do what she had to do, which they alluded to her sort of maybe prostituting, but whatever the case may be, she did what she had to do, and he basically saw his mom just lose herself completely. So with him being able to get money, get these nice things, he's all for it. And hey, at that point, I kind of was not mad at him. I love how honest Mike was when he was describing himself. Like, yeah, I was a piece of shit. I was a piece of shit. I was a shit. And you gotta respect that. So by the age of 10, I think that's when he first got arrested. That was his first arrest. And he got arrested so many times. And his mama would come down there to beat his ass because that's all she knew. That's all she knew what to do. She just knew how to beat his ass. She beat his ass so bad that he said, hey, the cops ain't even charged me. So she kept telling him, like, you are headed nowhere fast. You a piece of shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. And your ass going to jail. So, of course, this was the catalyst to get his life together. So, at the age of 13, Mike is locked up for real this time. Like, for real. And the whole time, he's nervous. They telling him on the bus ride to jail, like, hey, you fresh meat. They about to get on you. Whole time Mike walk in, he see all his dudes. And he like, hey, I'm here. Hey, he didn't have to worry about, stealing no more. He didn't have to worry about food. He was there. All his buddies really just welcomed him with open arms. And can I add that this jump from him being 10 to 13, that actor playing him at 13 has to be the biggest fucking 13-year-old I have ever seen. But he did a great job. whoever that actor is, he did such a great job playing Mike Tyson at 13 because you see he's a physically big boy, but he's so sweet. He got the list. It was just it was just so cute. Like I didn't have any problem seeing Mike Tyson as a monster. He was always cool with me. So Mike had a reputation of being the fighter. He knew he was a fighter. He could beat any nigga's ass. But there was this white guy who was a officer there who was supposedly the baddest. So of course Mike is like, I gotta take this nigga out. I'm the baddest, but he say he the baddest. I'm about to knock this motherfucker out. He gets in the ring, and whew, that body shot, had Mike throwing the fuck up, and Mike knew, mm, maybe it's more to it than just throwing punches at niggas. So he begs and begs this white man, hey, can you train me? I need you. But the white dude is not taking him serious. Like, no, you get your shit together and stop being a piece of shit. I'll take you serious. And Mike surprisingly does just that. He starts paying attention in the school. He gets his diploma. He even got honor roll. Like, he's doing his damn thing, which is so crazy because that first doctor just made it seem like he's a retard. Ain't no fixing him, ain't no saving him. Basically, make plans around him being retarded. But he gets his shit all the way together, and he comes correct to the white dude, and he is training with him pretty much 3 times a week. He is in the gym. He goes there, and then he goes back to the jail at night. So he is knocking niggas out. Like he's training. He's getting better, knocking niggas out. And then the officer kind of is like, you know what? I got to introduce you to somebody because this is as far as I can take you. I can't really take you any further than this. And that is another turning point in his life because he meets Cuz Domingo. And this old white man, from the second he sees Mike fight, he pours so much love into him, which is something his mother never did. And cuz Domingo, he knows that Mike is coming up for parole soon, so he sees the potential in Mike. And I just love that about this man coming into Mike's life because he changes his life all up. And it was so funny that once Mike was paroled, he's just like, every scene almost he keeps his head down, like he's like so shy, so reserved. But it was funny to see him like in this white man's house, like, I'm about to rob this shit. He was still thinking about going back to his old ways. But this man seriously wants to train him, take him under his wing. And that is where episode 1 ends. Such a phenomenal episode. Trevante Rhodes is doing his thing, playing Mike Tyson. He got the list, he got the voice, he just got all the stuff that you need for Mike Tyson. The man is in shape. Good God, his body yaddy yaddy is looking good. And I noticed that Trevante Rhodes is one of the executive producers on the show. So he is taking this craft, he's taking this role so serious, and I am here for it. Now, at first, I was kind of thrown off about this biopic being made because Mike Tyson came out pretty early and said he does not support it, he denounced it, he ain't have nothing to do with it. So whoever made this, they had to watch every single fight, every single interview, every single documentary about this man because they nailed it down to a T. They nailed it to a motherfucking T. So what do y'all think about the very first episode of Mike. I loved it. I'm here for it. I know Mike Tyson ain't have nothing to do with it, but I am still here for it. It was a fun time watching. So, subscribe to your girl, like this video, comment what your favorite moments was, because the next video, I got to get into episode 2 because they do not stop. This show is all gas, no brakes. It is not a slow burn at all. It is fast. Like they is going, hitting you, hitting you, hitting you. And next episode, Mike does get hit in big ways. So we are gonna talk next time. See y'all later. As y'all head out, go watch the episode again because it's a fun time. It's such a good watch. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I will holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.